Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're tackling a topic that has been brought up numerous times, and with the influx of new players that are coming to the game, it is about that time we do a guide for beginners, a beginner's guide to Doomsday Last Survivors. Included here is going to be all the tips and tricks that I wish I had when I first started, and give you a little bit of an insight into how the game progresses, what you're going to have to look forward to, and some of the things you want to keep in mind as you play this game, as you enjoy this game, and as you learn all about Doomsday Last Survivors. Now, first and foremost, I want you to understand that what you are playing, if you are just starting out, is not what this game is about. It's not about running around killing zombies. It's not about healing Nora. It's not about building up your shelter, your little shelter design and fixing your buildings. It's not about that. The game progresses into a survival type, alliance-based, warframe type ideology, where basically your entire goal is to build up as strong as you can, build up your troops, build up your heroes, so that you can compete in the PvP events known as Island Raid, Archipelago Raid, Extreme Showdown, Pompeii, right? Things like this. And these events will actually pair you against opponents where you can then fight them with your troops, what you're building up as you in your account. Now, this is important because truth is that focus is more what we call end game stuff. All the stuff that you do until you get to what's called tier 5 or tier 6 troops, which we'll go into. Okay, all of that, the precursor stuff is all just kind of fluff for the end game, which is getting to tier 5 troops, getting to tier 6 troops, and being able to participate in the PvP events. Okay? So this is what we have to keep in mind. First and foremost, a lot of this game, the beginning is just about learning some of the metrics, learning how the thing plays so that you can participate and grow according to what you would like to play. Now, I mean that specifically because we have 3 different types of troops. We've got infantry troops, we've got rider troops, and we've got ranged troops. Now, the average player is going to go ahead and try to increase all 3 all at once, but I'll be the first one to tell you that's the wrong ideology. Unless you're prepared to spend literal millions of dollars on your account, upgrading your account and putting it into parts and putting it into armaments and putting it into beast chips and the rest, chances are you're not going to experience the same game that everybody else does. Okay? And this isn't a slight against IGG or the game by any stretch. It just simply means the more that you spend on the game is going to dictate what you're able to do in this game. So let's break down a little bit of the troop types themselves and why you will kind of want to decide really early on what type of troops to figure out, or to what we call main. Okay? So like I said, we have 3 types of troops. You got infantry troops, you got rider troops, and you got ranged troops. Now, infantry troops are the most sustainable. They've got a lot of HP, a lot of defense, they tank a lot of damage, they take a lot of damage, and they're really good for buffing, for debuffing, for adding frontline, right? For being that consistent base in the field, right? They're good on defensive rallies, they're good on defensive garrisons, all the stuff that you'll get into as the game progresses. But they're really, really just stocky, tanky players. I myself I'm an infantry main. All of my focus has been put into infantry stats, infantry stuff, because at the end of the day, I want my infantry to be as strong as possible. And everything that takes you away from your main is a distraction. I want you to understand this quickly. Okay? Everything that takes you away from your main is a distraction. Everything that increases something else other than your main is a distraction. So we want to keep what we call hyper-focused. Now, I don't want to throw too many terms at you because at the end of the day, this is just a guide to the beginners, and there's a ton of information you're going to learn as the game progresses. But at the end of it, I still want you to understand a little bit more of what you're getting into so that you can enjoy this as much as I do. I've been playing this game now for about 3.5, almost 4 years, and in that time, I've gone through some of the best ups, some of the worst downs, but I'm still here kicking it because this game has a ton of potential. And that's what we're trying to get into. So again, let's go through these types. You've got infantry. They are tankier. They take damage. They do a lot of buffing, a lot of debuffing. They're kind of quintessential in the field for being defensive. Then you've got riders. Riders are faster, right? They're the fastest troops on the field. They've got medium defense. They've got medium attack. right? So they're kind of in the middle, but they're the fastest. So they have a little bit more strategy when it comes to hitting and running, when it comes to being and maybe focusing on some of the players or some of the troops that are out of position, that type of thing. The negative is that they're still in the middle, so they still take a decent amount of damage, and they don't deal the greatest amount of damage. They kind of deal damage in the middle, but they are faster. So if you do get into trouble, it's easier to get out of trouble, but it's easier to get into trouble, right? And thirdly, we have rangers, or ranged, pardon me. Now, ranged, they are the powerhouse of damage. They deal the most amount of damage, but in the same process, they take the most amount of damage, and they are the weakest by comparison. They've got the lowest amount of defense, lowest HP, things like that. So they melt very quickly, but they do a lot of damage in the process. If you like to do a lot of damage, and you understand having to place your troops a little bit and being strategic and play with your friends, maybe ranged is for you. If you like to be a little bit more hit and run and strategic in the field, maybe riders are for you. If you like to be that stocky HP-driven buffer debuffer, maybe HP or maybe infantry is for you. The point is, what you need to do is pick your play style and focus entirely on that play style. Because like I mentioned, this game will try to get you to do everything. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't being facetious when I said millions of dollars. There are players in this game who have spent multiple millions of USD dollars building up their accounts. So you have to understand what you're getting involved in. Does that mean you cannot, succeed as a free-to-play or low-spending player? No, not by any stretch. I started this game as a free-to-play player. I now spend between $100 to $300 US a month, depending on the month, right? And that's for myself. That's within my consistency, right? My comfort barrier. Yours might be more, yours might be less. What you have to do is you have to find the play style that fits your pay style, which is going to bring us to the next situation. One of the biggest mistakes that most new players make is getting into the wrong alliance. They just pick the first alliance they get into and think that that's going to be okay. I'm going to be the first one to tell you that is a huge mistake, because hopping into the wrong alliance will hinder your growth more than you realize. Number one, there's tons of rewards you get for being in other alliances when other players buy packs, spend money, farm resources, kill hive minds, all these types of things that are important to raising the might of your account, to building up your account. And if you're in a dead alliance or a low alliance or an alliance that doesn't have the right foundation to be successful, you're hindering your growth. So your biggest expectation as a new player is to get into the right alliance. Now, what this can look like is going to look like to different people, because again, that alliance also has to fit your pay style and your play style. If you're a free-to-play player trying to jump into one of the top competitive alliances, isn't going to work because you won't be able to keep up. In the same respect, if you're a huge spending player hanging out in the low brackets or hanging out in brand new alliances, isn't going to benefit you at all. You will always be that person that's right. That's always being leaned on, always being the one that everyone has to support, to look for support. So you want to find an alliance that fits not only your pay style, but your play style. It wouldn't make sense for me to run into an alliance as an infantry main, right? As a garrison infantry main, to run into another alliance who already has garrison infantry mains aplenty. If they already have 3 or 4 or 5 leaders, there's no sense in me being there. I need to go find another place. Right? So that's going to fit my play style. I also, like we mentioned, need to fit one that fits my pay style, one that's going to fit within my budget, one that's going to fit within my reward structure, and one that has a decent reward structure of its own. This is all stuff we'll get into in future videos. Just realize that your biggest hindrance to a new account is getting into the wrong alliance. So here's some quick tips. Find a region that's within 100 regions from where you started. And if you need to know how to get a regions, it's very simple. Go to your map. Okay, go to your map. Scroll all the way out. You'll see this little earth pop up in the bottom corner. Click that. Okay, and this will give you all of the regions that are currently available. Right now we have up to region 1032. So if you find yourself in the top 1,000, right? If you find yourself in 1,000, I would go down to about anywhere between 950 to 1050, or in this case, 1032. And I would go through these regions and simply look at these leaders, right? Look at these leaders and find one that I can fit into. Now, we're into special regions right now. I think we're into let's actually just look at the special regions, pardon me. Yeah, we're into B38s already. If you were born in a special region, stay in your special regions as long as you can. Within these types of things. Once you start getting into the older regions, the game is a little bit different. It's a little bit more foundational. And as you get stronger, you can look into jumping into some of those alliances. But I would suggest staying within about 100 regions of your starting region. So 50 on either side, right? If you started at A184, I would go up until, B13 if you can, if you're in that special section, or down to like 100, something like that. Keep yourself within that frame and just look at the top alliances in those regions. Reach out to the leaders and see how active they are until you find an alliance that is active enough for you. Now, that's going to change as you grow up, as you get stronger, which is totally fine. I've been through several alliances in my time. I've started several alliances, and they all change as you grow, right? GROP itself is also going through some growing pains right now, growing changes. Everything is consistently moving, but you have to make that decision to hop into an alliance, the proper alliance that's going to help build your account, right, as efficiently as possible, because that's the entire goal, efficiency, okay? So once we understand these troop types, we're going to wrap back up to these troop types here, and that's going to affect your play style. You can start to think about why you want to get these troops main decided as quick as possible. The longer that you wait, the more resources you're going to waste on heroes that you don't need, on technology that you don't need right off the bat, on armaments that you don't need, on all these things that are going to benefit other troop types versus hyper-focusing them and being efficient in increasing your troop types. So this is what I would focus on. Pick your troop types and absolutely focus everything. Tech, research, armaments, beast chips, all the stuff that the game is going to provide you. Any opportunity to boost that troop type is what you're focusing on. This becomes the question. If it doesn't benefit this, don't do it. You can think about it later, unless you're spending a lot of money. If you can afford to do more, right? Hyperfocus one until it's done and then start spreading. But remember, this game is really just about patience versus money. If you have patience, yes, I will be honest and say a low-spending player can succeed. I consider myself a low-spending player, and I have consistent fun and success in this game through determination, okay? Just utter determination. Showing up to every event, pushing at every event, and doing the best that I can. And yeah, it's fun, right? That's the goal. However, I also know that I have to maintain, right, where I am and doing what I am by staying focused. The only reason I can participate where I do is because I haven't spent extra resources increasing my riders, increasing my ranged heroes, increasing my ranged technology. All that kind of stuff is all focused on my infantry being as good as it can, which is why I'm able to compete. If I was to have spread, I wouldn't be competing where I am. So that's something to keep in mind, okay? Which also brings up this next thing. If you are new to this game in a brand new region, you don't even have access to the full game yet. Most heroes aren't open on your region until your region is at least 50 days or 55 days, I believe. Let's take a quick look here. We can take a quick look in 50 days, right? Heroes like Isabella, heroes like Boyd, right? Some of the top heroes in the game aren't even available to players until they've been in a region for more than 50 days, until that region is over 50 days old. And here's what's going to happen. The heroes that you get at the start are not good heroes at all. Any of them, okay? Now, we can argue, sure, there's some that you're going to use for zombie fighting and some you're going to use for farming, and those ones are good, sure. But there are no heroes, right, that you get in the beginning that people still use to fight with, to do stuff with outside of basic management, right? Maybe zombie hunting, maybe farming. But the top field fighting marches, the top rally and garrison marches, which is all stuff you'll get into as the game progresses, are not using those heroes. So my best advice to a new player is save all of your resources until the game starts opening up and giving you the better heroes. And then think ahead, not behind. This game is very predictable in its schedule. It runs on a 4-week schedule, okay? Every 4 weeks is effectively one cycle. And I can tell you exactly when the next heroes are set to come out. I can tell you exactly when the next events are set to come out because the cycle is the same. Once you learn that cycle, you can learn to be ahead of it, and that's what you want to do. No one wants to be working on heroes that are 6 months behind when in 2 months' time, right, which I'll tell you right now, we have a brand new infantry hero coming at the end of July. No one wants to be working on heroes 6 months ago when we have a new hero coming in 2 months. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm saving everything for that new hero that's coming. Putting everything else in the back burner so I can get these new heroes going because they are going to be the most impactful. That's unfortunately how this game is. So you always need to be thinking ahead, not behind, okay? And this is why it is quintessential, especially now, if you're brand new, to save all of your resources, as many as you can for your heroes, right? For that type of resource, your hero speed ups, like your hero upgrades, your stars, your experience blocks, all that kind of stuff, your experience books. You want to save all that stuff until you can get the heroes that are actually going to change the game for you. And you don't want to waste them on heroes like pretty much any of the purple ones, right? Especially Liam, right? You don't really care about Liam. Peggy's good for zombies. That's one of the first ones you get. But a lot of these you don't really need. You can do without by saving your resources until the better heroes hit, at which point you can dump them, get those better heroes, and basically jumpstart your account, which is really what you want to do. Okay? Not only that, you guys have to understand something. This game is a lot about time. In your research tree, the amount of time you're going to spend doing all of your research is absolutely astronomical. It's somewhere in the tune of 10 years worth of time. I don't even remember the exact time. I know that the last, what we call the Triangle of Doom, is like 3 years worth of time that it takes to do that. So speed ups and things like that you have to start saving for. Now, this is going a lot more into detail and stuff that you might not need to know, but there's a reason why you need to be aware of using every buff that's available to you, okay? So there are metro buffs that become available when the Metropolis, opens up. There are buffs you get in Island Raid and Archipelago Raid. There are buffs for being R4 in your Alliance. There are several different buffs outside the game that you want to be aware of to use when you're doing big buildings, big researches, big training, any of this kind of stuff. When you're participating in events like Top Commander, you want to kind of keep these buffs in mind. Use them to your advantage because, like I said, the amount of time that there is on researches, on training, on building is astronomical. So you want to do everything in your power to limit those times as much as possible. Use and abuse every single buff that you can, okay? 2 more points. We're going to wrap this up quite quickly, okay? Pardon me. 3 more points we have to go over. First point that we're going to run into before we wrap up here is zombies and hive minds. If you're brand new to the game, one thing you're going to be losing out on is something called, and I don't want to get this wrong here, you're going to be missing out on something that you need to build your, what is it called? Your science center, your research lab, and your battle center, okay? You're going to need, what are they called here? I don't have the actual, I believe it's not materials. Sorry, I apologize for this part. Just give me 1 second. I'll find it. These things here. You need outposts and victory badges. You need outpost toolbox to fix your outpost, and you need victory badges to fix your battle station or your battle center. And your battle center is key to getting tier 6 troops. Hive minds are quintessential to getting those victory badges. And it's going to take tens of thousands of victory badges to get the amount of badges that you need to do your battle center to level 25. So you want to start saving them as soon as you can. So do as many hive minds as you can every single day. In the same breath, you also want to do as many zombies as you can every single day. Because here's the thing. Let's go look very quickly. We're going to take a quick step out of the shelter, and we're going to show you some things. First and foremost, you've got rewards. Every hive mind gives you the rewards, gives you the chance for gems, for beast experience based on the level. The levels will differ, right? These ones provide beast experience, whereas I believe level 5s provide heroes and experience and hero experience. So based on the level, the rewards change, but you're getting drop chances for gems, for searches, for battle fabrics or defensive fabrics, which is a very important resource, okay? And a very important resource in the game that we'll go through in a future video. But the truth is the amount of rewards that you get for these is pretty great as long as you're consistent. The same is true with zombies. Now, I know it takes stamina, and stamina is a thing you have to be aware of, but you're looking at getting honing chips, you're looking at getting beasts, potential extract, resources, gems, speed ups, all the basic stuff that you're going to need to cut through the millions and billions of resource requirements you'll need and years of time to cut through in the speed up times, okay? So there's a lot that you need to keep aware of, right, based on what this game is providing you. Yes, there's a ton of different metrics to be thinking about, but that all comes later. Right now, we're just covering the basics, okay? And I know this seems like a lot, and trust me, I'm thinking the same thing, but I know that this is all the stuff that you're going to need to make your experience that much better, okay? Next, we're going to talk about Tier 6 troops. This is going a little bit detailed for you, but Tier 6 troops, just to let you know, are your quintessential top tier troops. These are the troops that you're going to be using in field fighting, in rallies and garrisons, everything else. You can build troops up to tier 6, right? You can build tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But in most events, if you have less than tier 5 or tier 6, your impact is negligible because most rallies and garrisons are restricted to tier 5 and tier 6 once you start getting into participating, because the stronger your troops, the better your chances of winning. So your focus has to be to get to tier 5 and tier 6 troops as fast as possible. This means putting every single thing that you have into getting those tier 6 troops, doing all of your hive minds for your victory badges, okay? Getting all of your research done to that point. You're going to need your economic technology tree. You need these last 3 done. You don't need to fill all of this in. You only need these last 3. So a nice big trick, do these last 3, right? Just do what the bare minimum you need to get these last 3 done, and then you can start working on your military technology, okay? The premise is to get to tier 6 as fast as you can so you can be as impactful as you can as soon as possible. And this will take time. I warn you now, this will take time. If you're not prepared to put in the time, I'm telling you right now, you probably won't enjoy the game. But if you are, it's an amazing game. There's a ton of potential, right? Like I said, the reason why I've been playing this game for so long now is simply because of the metrics that are involved. The PvP the PvP games that are there, right? The camaraderie that comes from being in a good alliance, right? The being, like all of the good parts about it. The community is great. The chat features are great, right? The system itself has a ton of potential, and that really just starts with you, the player. So what I need you guys to do, okay? And this is what it's going to come down to. If you saw this video and if you learned anything in this video, I need you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, fill out the notification bell. I need you to share this with your friends and then comment on the video about which type of troops you decided to start with. Okay? Now, I got one last thing that I'm going to drop on you before we leave. And this is based specifically to the people who spend in this game. If you spend in this game or are planning to spend in this game, I will tell you right now, there is only one way to do it. Do not buy the apps or buy the packs in the game through the app. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do that because it's more expensive. And everything we're trying to do is about being efficient. What you want to do, come up over here, click on your gems. You'll see something pop up. Beside it, looks like gold. You might also see it down over here in the mall, right? In this mall section as the, where's the gold mall? Oh, sorry, it's over here in the events section, right? You have the gold mall, okay? What you want to do if you plan to spend is buy gold and then use gold to buy packs, because the providers, the developers will often provide you with bonus vouchers. And these bonus vouchers are basically like free money. Now, I don't say this, without skin in the game. I absolutely have skin in the game. I'm about to give you a code that will provide you, if you've never bought gold before, with a bonus 25% gold on your first purchase. And I'm being entirely transparent. I get a kickback if you use that link. But I'm going to ask you to use that link if you spend, for the simple fact that it provides you with 25% bonus on top of your purchase. So the bigger your purchase, the more the reward. If you spend $10, it's like getting an extra $2.50 for free. If you spend $100, it's like getting $25 for free, and so on and so forth. And they work for your first gold purchase. So if you've never purchased gold before, you use the link that I have in the description. Okay, use the link that I'll put in the description, and you'll get not only do you get here, I'll just show you exactly what it is. It's the Gold Mall Ambassador Program, okay? You'll get, I can't actually show you. You'll get a voucher for 25% bonus gold. You'll also earn 1,500 gems, okay? I know it's not a lot of gems. The biggest thing you're doing it for is gold, right? Because at the end of the day, everything we do is about gold, and they give you free stuff. You might as well take it. I will be clear and transparent. I get a 10% kickback. So I'm going to ask you to obviously buy the most that you can, right, on that first purchase. But the truth is, I don't really care. All I care about is the 5 free things, right? I really just care about the 5 free things. I want you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, fill out the notification bell, share this with your friends, and then comment on the video. Just to let you know, if you're new to the game, I also have a video going right now on my channel called the Birthday Giveaway Special 2026. And it's a giveaway that we're doing, giving away 20,000 in-game gold. Okay? All you have to do is go to that video, throw your ID in the comment section, and guess what day of the year between now and the end of the year you think my birthday is. And if you guess the date, you win a share of that 20,000 in-game gold. Whoever guesses the date will split the gold. If we have one person get it, they get it all. If we have 3 people get it, they split it 3 ways. If we have 5 people get it, they split it 5 ways. So everybody who guesses my birthday gets a share of the gold. And I'll give you a hint. It's on a Wednesday, sometime between now and the end of the year. And on that day, we're going to have a special stream. Did you know that we live stream 6 days a week? Well, if you're new, come and visit. We are literally live 6 days a week on YouTube and on Twitch. And we're doing 2 streams a day, okay? We're doing a gaming stream in the morning between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Central Time. And then we're doing a just chatting or a debate conversation type stream in the evenings between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Central Time. So come and join us. Be a part of it. Join the community. Ask your questions live. Learn more about the game and get in touch with it. Because at the end of the day, that's what this whole thing is about. This game might be a war game. It might be a zombie survival game. But what it truly is a community game. It's a social experiment. You're going to get prepared to meet some of the best friends you're ever going to have, and probably some of the worst enemies. But at the end of the day, it's all done in a place where we can all experience it together. And I'm hoping with these tips and tricks, it's going to help you not make some of the same mistakes that I did in getting to where I am today. All right. But with all that being said, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked what we did here, don't forget to smash that like button, share it with your friends, follow if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and fill out that notification bell. Okay. Other than that, I will see you guys next one or next stream, whichever you choose. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.
Yeah. Check it. 1, 2, mic check, yeah. Check it, 1, 2, mic check. Feeling alright, everything's right tonight. Come on, sing with me now. Sunrise peeking through my window pane. Another day dawning, washing away the rain. Yeah. Got that good vibration flowing in my soul. Yeah. No time for bad mind, losing all control. Yeah. I've been rising up from the shadows down below. Let the rhythm take me, watch my spirit grow. Oh, stay lifted, keep your head up high. Feeling so gifted, reaching for the sky. Every moment cherished, every single beat. Stay lifted, can't be beat, no defeat. Yeah. Walking down the street with a smile upon my face, sharing good energy, spreading love and grace. See the people grooving to the rhythm, sweet embrace. Forget your worries, find your happy place. From the mountains high to the oceans wide and deep, these good vibes I'm sending, promises I keep. Oh, stay lifted, keep your head up high. Feeling so gifted, reaching for the sky. Every moment cherish, every single beat. Stay lifted, can't be beat, no defeat. Yeah. When the troubles come like a storm in the night, find your inner sunshine, fill your heart with light. Let the music guide you, make everything alright. Yeah, hold on tight with all